So this is a fresh 24 dB 5-way. Just using the crossover points from my test build in the car. We've got 24 dB slopes 40, and then the next one is 150, 40 to 150, all 24 dB, etc, etc. The next one's 150 to 1.1k, and then 1.1k to 5.5k, and then the tweeter 5.5k and to the top. Now this is smart plugged in. For some reason it's done that. Pretty crazy. Yeah, I accidentally turned off the filter on the sub. So if it actually accidentally, I don't know how it did it, but A to B was a blank preset, and then it made that happen. It's crazy. Back to low passing. So what you end up with is this theoretically pretty straightforward 24, 24, 24, which you don't need to invert. You still get these out of time bands from the phases not aligning that great, and you'll see mainly here in the bass and a few dips around here and there, and it's down to one thing. And if I'm not quite sure what I did with smart, I just playing the bass, got fab filter. If I put that just to no filter, I basically just set the timing of this delay to 799 milliseconds for whatever you press find when you when you bypass your plugins. Make sure you put all your plugins, and then when you press bypass, you're getting a straight phase, and that's, pink noise is playing through a virtual loop back. So down here, one of these is virtually got the loop back button, and then that shows up as the input for this reference input for this test pair, transfer pair, and then the actual audio from live is coming in as the measurement signal, the green one there. So just the main bus is going out to be measured basically, and the input here is external in from smart, going and then feeding to every single one of these bands. So let's do the first band, and I'll just put that filter back on. 1 second average. So it's giving me this phase thingy, and this is okay. I'm just keeping this angle because we've got the perfect time for it to be a normal straight phase, and this is the phase that a low pass filter gives us. And you can forget this bit past the band, so we're only interested in where it's going to cross the next band, which is 40 Hertz. Press capture, call it the sub, and then you just move on. Next one, 8-inch band, capture, call it the 8. Next one, 6, capture, call it the 6. I didn't really wait for the whole thing, I'm just interested in the phase. High mid, capture, high mid, and treble. I didn't turn off the high mid. Treble, capture. Right, so these are the phase traces of all of the bands with just a default 24 dB slope. See, they're missing each other quite a lot. They sort of get 30 degrees, 20 degrees close to each other, but it's just a kind of a crapshoot. So first thing you do is you just turn on the bass I think I started at the 8 for some reason. So I had the 8, and did I do any all passing for the 8? Yeah, so not much all passing at all. Here's the all pass. And for some reason, I don't know if Kirchhoff is a good all pass or not, but they were mainly set to like 10 and 40. You know, sometimes I slid them around. But I'll see if I can copy that preset and just move it around for you. So if you move this around, I'll put this average on faster and change the Q, change the slope. It's really hard to get to move at all sometimes. Is it on? Right, on. Okay, so now I'm moving it around. This is just the 8. See how you can end up with a different angle. So the one underneath it is what it used to be, blue, and the pink is the new one. And we're only looking at this frequency here, so around 40 to 150 is what we're interested in. See how it looks like delay, but it sort of keeps the slope, but just moves it along, and then sometimes it curves. So this is not what delay does. So it's kind of keeping this. I'd be really interested in now trying to line this 40 Hertz up, getting the subwoofer and the 8 to play nice at 40, which is roughly about the bottom of the screen there, where the mouse is. So maybe that would be the one, like that. And I'm just going to go see what I did choose. Yeah, so I didn't move the 8 at all. I'm pretty sure I moved the sub. So then I go to sub, and just to make this easy for yourself, you just leave the 8 trace on, like that. So the 8 is the blue one, and now we're playing the sub, and we turn on the all pass. And I think maybe I just used, yeah, so in this case I didn't use the all pass in the sub, it looks like, but for some reason it's on. No, they're both off. Yeah, so I didn't use all pass even though I left it there just for delay purposes, plug-in delay. Yeah, so the alignment of 4.52 got my sub and my 8 to cross nice at 40, which is actually up here. So the first real alignment we're going to do is the 6-inch. So the 6-inch here, we're trying to cross 150, and that's all we're looking for. So we're looking for this blue line about here on the phase trace, about there, third line up, and in a bit. And then I turned on see, that's where I'll copy that, and I'll start with a blank one. Just pretend we haven't just turned on Kirchhoff, and there's an all pass sitting here. So without an all pass, we'll just say, call it a shelf. Yeah, move the shelf around, the phase changes, but magnitude is changing. So then we'll go to an all pass. Which one did I use? All pass high. Yeah, so there's 2 all passes. I don't know. They do a little bit different things. And I just moved this around until they're lined up at the 150. Like that. And if you change the slope, this is about 11 dB. So it only really kicks in at like 12 dB increments or doubles or whatever it is. So 6, it does that. So 6 got us into the target. 12 missed. Yeah, so even though it was set to 11, it's basically there's only a click at 6 and a click at 12. And the Q factor sometimes doesn't do anything at all, sometimes it does. And the frequency shifting, it moves the lines across a bit, like that. So just doing that, lining up the next one, so then I'll take a picture of that 6. Yeah, capture 6 with Allpass AP, and then I'll turn off the 8 and I'll just have a picture of the 6. So now nothing's playing, there's just a picture of the 6, and then turn on high mid, and I'm trying to line up 1.1k, which is here. And of course I've already done it just by moving the Allpass settings around until I was sort of happy. See, I've kind of missed it a little bit. Let's just give it another little wiggle. Right, so now that's better. So 1.1's about here. And then when you turn everything back on, hopefully this tweeter one is good. Guess I might as well be thorough. Come this far. Allpass, high mid, capture, high mid, all passed. Turn on the tweeter. Well, now we're just double checking the tweeter. So the tweeter's a little bit sketch because I did that little wiggle. And now I'm just moving the Allpass until we get 1.1. Sorry, 5.5 in agreement. And because we're being thorough, tweeter Allpass. Now, if you turn them all on, this is the Allpass version of flat magnitude. You see? Way flatter. Let's capture that. Then if I turned off all the Allpasses, so it turns out I only added delay to the sub and Allpasses to 6-inch and the rest. Or might have done the 8, I can't remember. So there you go, the pink versus the teal. So if you didn't Allpass that particular one, you could line up each phase point just using delay, but you wouldn't get that half an octave below and above looking nice as far as the slopes when they're intersecting with each other. So I'll turn this one off. Yeah, so because in the crossover regions they're closer together during that octave, that you get a lot more phase agreement throughout the pass band. See this light green and light half khaki green, they're lining up better. This bit is just part of this tweeter up here. Yeah, so trying it with a phase graph is probably the only way to try it to make a theoretical nice sum. And I've still got to go and do my testing to hear my new crossover network without Allpasses. So I'm just going to have a MIDI button go bip bip with and without, and I'll have to do the by ear timing method without Allpass because I'm still looking for the highest tone on the crossover points. So I'll need a new delay preset, one with and without Allpasses, at the same time I'm turning on and off the Allpasses, if that makes sense. Yeah, so there you go.